Hey Capricorns, let's see what's going on with Capricorns for the month or whenever you watch this. Welcome to Sharon Hill. Welcome to the place where we empower the high vibers. Whenever you watch this reading, it's going to be for you, okay? And if it ain't for you, then, you know what I'm saying? It's not. It's whatever, okay? I come to you, humbly God, thanking you for your divine guidance, providing messages of divine light, divine love, in accordance with your divine will. What is it that the Caps need to know? Go on and like and subscribe to that thing, okay? I appreciate you. Go on and comment as well if you feel it on your heart. Speaking of the heart, we have beloved, radical acceptance, and benefactor, grace and generosity coming through. Very nice. All right. This is a very fortunate energy here coming through here. But I know that a lot of Capricorns are kind of going through it a little bit right now. It does seem like this feels like a Phoenix energy. Okay, yeah, it's a Phoenix energy. We have the ego sublimation, vanishing mirror coming through. There's a Phoenix energy coming through where everything's kind of being burnt down. That process is going to be, it's going to feel a little rough because it's fire, right? It's destruction. Things are being tossed to the wayside. Ideas are being burned down. Relationships are crumbling. Your foundation, you're losing your footing, all of that. That's what I'm getting here. But what happens as a result of just kind of letting go and allowing for this to happen, don't try to hold on to relationships that are being burnt down. The results of that, it leads you to be you, to step into this Phoenix energy. It allows you to step into your another form. I was going to say your final form, but it is a more evolved form of yourself. Just allow for this evolution to happen, okay? With benefactor, grace, and generosity coming through, at the end of that, you do get a bit of a cosmic reward that comes in as a result of all that destruction that happened, all right? Some of you guys, this is people. Someone might just come slide in and be like, and just like kind of nurse your wounds and help you build your life back up. Whatever the case is, this can come through as a partner. It can come through as just a friend, a really good friend. It can come through as a business partner, okay? Someone who just wants to look out for you. That's what I'm getting. This is a very nice energy of an ally, but it's an ally who actually they can help. That's what I'm getting here. It's an energy of someone who has the resources to help you. And they might be helping you alongside this journey of destruction. This transition into your Phoenix. There's someone who's like kind of on the ride with you. Either they're on a ride with you or they'll meet you on the other side of that. This ego death, it does feel kind of intense though, okay? It feels a little dramatic, I must say. All right. All right, let's go. All right, what's going on? What else is going on with the Caps? Magician, wow. There's some really fortunate energy coming through here. And, you know, I know that there might be a little bit of a contrast from this reading and its energy. It's very positive and fortunate energy versus what you're actually experiencing. Because I do feel like, as I mentioned, with this ego death that's happening, it does feel pretty explosive and dramatic and not fun, all right? The process of, you know, just releasing the old and stepping into the new, and the growing pains, right? The growing pains of growing into this new character, this new being. Imagine a caterpillar who just is a little slug, and out of nowhere now the slug's body kind of hardens, and now it has wings sprouting out of its back. Like, that's kind of scary. It's like, whoa, I'm becoming a totally different creature here. It comes with growing pains, okay? Now, I'm saying all that to say, this is a powerful transformation that you're going through right now. You are going to have at least one ally that's going to help you hold on to your shit while you're going through it. We do have this Magician card. I do feel like this is a very powerful response to a very powerful desire. That's why this change is so dramatic, because I feel like you asked for something, or your heart is really crying out for a specific thing, and it just triggered this ripping my ego away, ripping my skin away, and putting on a new skin to put onto the world. Skin, that was a horrible thing to say, sorry. That was very graphic. But it just feels like this, it doesn't feel fun. It doesn't feel fun, you know? It just feels like you're being forced into this new way of being. But it's because you have such a powerful manifestation that is forcing itself in, is what I'm getting. It's a manifestation that you want, obviously, right? It wouldn't be a manifestation if it's not something that you asked for. So just be mindful of that. Understand that, look at this sky bridge, possibility for union. All this fire, all this fire coming through. And for some, you know, what I feel like is happening here is not like, even though you asked for a thing, you might not have known the fire that you had to go through is baptism by fire. Yeah. Okay. Baptism by fire. There we go. You didn't realize that you would have to go through a baptism by fire. And now that it's happening, it feels like it's coming out of nowhere. Some of you guys, you already went through this process. Some of you guys, you haven't yet. Some of you guys are going through it now. Yeah. So we do have that Page of Cups coming through. What else? King of Cups. So let's just pull all the cards out. Seven of Pentacles. Hermit. Queen of Pentacles. All right. Yeah, so for some of you, it feels like it came out of nowhere. Okay, it feels like it came out of nowhere. It feels like it's external things, like, why did this happen to me? But it's actually the universal response to a thing that a powerful desire that you have in your heart and in your soul. Okay, it's the soul's desire. Prior to this, you counted your chips and realized that something wasn't enough. You realized you weren't content, you weren't happy with how things were going. And that became very clear in your mind and in your soul. You got aligned with that idea of, this is not enough, I want more. And that triggered this domino effect of your baptism. With the King of Cups coming out in reverse, I don't have to keep stressing this. With the King of Cups coming out in reverse, so it is that energy of not feeling good, not feeling happy about it, okay? There's a lot of emotional turmoil that comes out of this. There's a whole lot of emotional cleaning up that has to happen. So a lot of old emotions that need to come up to the surface. So you got to wipe it out. That got to be burnt out. Okay. The things that you were scared of looking at within yourself, with that Hermit card coming out in reverse, that's coming up now. Okay. These things, these emotions that you were trying to bury, those things have to come up. It's like, oh, if you want more out of life, if you really want the best out of life that you can get, we need to burn down all this old stuff. We need to handle this. It leads to this Queen of Pentacles energy, where you feel more safe and secure within yourself because you went through this baptism. You did something, or you will be doing something that a lot of people can't, which is face themselves. Look at themselves in the mirror. Pull the things from out of the darkness and actually address it and resolve it, okay? So you go through this process of resolving these old emotions, or these buried emotions here, and then you become way stronger for it. With the Queen of Pentacles, now you turn into this new beast. It leads to this radical acceptance, of course. That radical acceptance. Okay. But yeah, it leads to this radical acceptance, and it leads to this radical acceptance leads to you becoming a phoenix, right? You having this rebirth. This new creature that you become is more solid, more secure, more confident, and also more accepting of who you are. That was lacking prior to this fire baptism. It's a confidence that will be shown. It'll emanate. I feel like it will come from this, because you walk through the fire. You're like, well, if I could walk through the fire, then I could do a bunch of shit then. You know, like, that's the energy that comes through here. Also, because you have an ally who walked through that fire as well, they'll be able to help walk you through it. Or at least meet you at the end and congratulate you, whatever the case is. It's something like that. But there's an ally here. Okay. The ally could be a person. I am feeling like it's a person, but it could just be a guide. All right. I feel like you're walking through the fire is going to help others, just like someone helped you through this. You're going to be able to help others walk through the fire as well. You'll be able to recognize when people walk through this as well. Okay, here's what I'm getting here. So this can be a very specific, this could be a very specific situation. Like if somebody dealt with addictions, right? And their walk through fire is beating their addictions or whatever, you know, going through the 12 steps or going to just detoxing, whatever the case is, and really disciplining themselves. That whoever went through that, that's a pain. That could be a painful thing, right? So whoever goes through that, they can show others how to do it too, or help to be a mentor for those people. If this is like some type of psychological thing, if this is like handling mental illness and you were trying to work on it, or if you were succumbing to it and now you went through this fire baptism where you learned how to manage your mental illness, now you could be able to help others handle their mental illness or whatever it is. And vice, you know, so on and so forth. If it was abuse, right, then you get to help other people work through their abuse, you know, things like that, all right? Ultimately, you're doing this because you want something more. You wanted your higher purpose. You wanted more, so that's why you got blasted into this. But your higher purpose is to help others overcome whatever this thing was that you were not trying to deal with. This, oh gosh, this is going deep. All right. This thing that you were dealing with, that you were suppressing, that you had to face head on to lead to this radical acceptance, which essentially leads you to mentorship, that it does seem like it does. It's a tough, it seems tough, and it's going to be different for everybody what that is. Okay, whatever, if that's trauma of some sort, you know, that's going to be different for everyone. But you went through life without facing that, is what I'm getting. And that pain, that trauma, whatever is the source of your mission. You're supposed to use this pain of the trauma to fulfill your mission. It has a direct connection. Like you healing from this leads to your mission of you helping others heal from this same exact thing. So if you're thinking about what your mission is, that's it. Okay, whatever your trauma or your pain is, and after you overcome that, you're supposed to teach others to get out of that too. There's such a variety of experiences here of what that can entail. So you know what that is, right? You know what your the cross that you have to bear is. All right. We have the World card coming through. Instead of not accepting this trauma, because it seems like there was a repression of this trauma, because of this repression of the trauma, you weren't really accepting all of you. Once you go through this baptism of fire and you accept all this trauma and you understand what happened, and then understanding it allows you to resolve it, or at least begin the healing, then it is accepting certain parts of you. Something about this trauma, you felt shame. You felt shame around this trauma. Okay. All right. Yeah. We have the Six of Pentacles coming through. Five of Wands in reverse. And last card, Ten of Swords. Okay. So you're going to help people get out of this stage with the Ten of Swords here. I feel like this is still a journey. I don't feel like this journey is a one and done complete moment. But I feel like the beginning of it, the beginning is the hardest part of this journey, because it's just like, whoa, everything is crumbling. What is happening? And then you start to get used to just being this new person. You get used to this new ego that you're stepping into, but it does lead to this transformation that happens over the course of time. I don't feel like this is just a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am moment, okay? You will still be able to help others even while you're still in this healing journey is what I'm getting here. So just be mindful of that. Be graceful with yourself. When it comes to this, you're still in this healing moment. Wow, okay. All right, so the biggest takeaway here, your trauma is fuel, not just fuel, it's material. Your trauma is content, if you will. It's the material that'll be used to actually help others, and helping others to deal with that trauma is your purpose, okay? As you begin to learn the tools needed to get to the other side, you'll be able to teach others how to do it too. All right. So with that Ten of Swords coming through, you're still a little bit wrapped up in certain relationships that were tied to this trauma. So that's going to, obviously, back to the relationships that got to get burnt down. Some of those situations, they are going to have to go, whether it's family, friends, lovers, whatever the case is. Okay. So just be mindful of that. I feel like if you're resonating with this idea of this, this baptism of fire, and you've already gone through it, then this is just letting you know what's happening and why. Is letting you know where this is leading to. Is letting you know that, hey, the trauma is supposed to take you to a place of mentoring other people to get out of that trauma as well. But if you're not on the other side of this yet, and you just feel like everything is falling apart, this is just letting you know, keep holding on. It is a method to the madness. It is so that you can step into this leadership energy, this moment of mentorship, this space of a safe space, a safe haven for others who has gone through the same thing. Okay, you're not going to have people. Oh, here's the thing. If there's any type of whatever the trauma is, okay, whether it's drug abuse or addictions or sexual trauma, whatever the case is, the people who were involved in those situations cannot be there to help heal you, right? If you have a problem with drug addiction, you can't keep hanging around the people who are addicts and expect to get sober, right? So it's that type of energy. If you were around people who abused you, you can't stay around them and expect them to change, okay? So this is what I'm getting here. Some of these situations have to go. They simply have to go because they created the trauma. You're not going to find the healing in that trauma space. Also, some of you guys, if this is a physical environment, you're going to have to leave that physical environment, okay? And that might be a part of this burning things down, where you feel forced out of your physical environment because it's just not good. It's not healthy, okay? All right, Caps. Let me know what you think. Let me know where you are in this journey. Let's be a safe space for each other in the comments. I can say for myself that I have gone through this process, and I guess that's why I'm able to do this reading for you guys to see exactly what this energy is. That process for me was having to leave Brooklyn and move to where I'm at now, simply because it just was an unhealthy space. But I do find myself still going back to that energetically and still having to close out doors, even if I'm not there physically with the people that caused the issue, I still have to close them out energetically. And that is a process that I'm still going through even 3 years later. So if you guys need anything, any advice or whatever, any insight, definitely put it in the comments and let's be a safe space for each other. All right, sending you guys much love, but letting you know that this Phoenix energy is very powerful. You will get to the other side of it, even if it feels like there's no end in sight. But you got this. Stay strong. Stay up. All right, peace.